Okay, this is writing section 2.5 continued, and we're writing decimals as fractions this time. In order to write a decimal as a fraction, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to read the number, or you can count the number of place values to the right of the decimal, and then use the number that you see in the decimal over that number of place values to write it. They're both the exact same thing. So in this example here, I say this is 2 place values, so that means in the denominator I've got a factor of 10 with 2 zeros, and the 39 that I saw in the numerator, so 39 100ths. Now that's the same thing as saying, okay, this is tenths place, this is the hundredths place, 39 hundredths, and you see they're exactly the same. Now once you have it written in this form, then you want to see if it simplifies, right, because it is a fraction. 39 is only made of 13s and 3s and has nothing in common with 100, so we know that we do not reduce it, so that one is what it is. The next one here, we see we have 35, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 places in the decimals, so we have 4 zeros in our factor of 10, or tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000ths, and you see that right there, right? This is 35 10,000ths. Now we know that these have something in common because they both end in either a 5 or a 0, and therefore we can take out that common factor of a 5. And so we divide out the common factor of 5 from numerator and denominator. Numerator, that leaves us with a 7 in the denominator. 5 will go into 10 2 times, and 5 will go into 0 0 times. 5 will go into 0 0 times, and 5 will go into 0 0 times. And now we know there's nothing in common because we know 7 will not go into anything that ends in a 0. All right, our next one, and our last one in this example here. This one has a whole number with it. Now some books and some teachers may suggest to you that you take the this whole thing and put it over the factor of 10. I think that's crazy. I just simply take the whole number out here and put it as a whole number, and then I deal with the fractional part, the decimal part right here. So this says 85, and I need a factor of 10 with 1, 2, 3 zeros, or 85 1,000ths, which is exactly what we would have if we read this, right? Tenths, hundredths, and thousandths, so 85 1,000ths. And then again, 85 1,000ths, we have a 5 and a 10, or a 5 and a 0 ending, so we know these are both divisible by 5, so we'll take that out of there. And so now we're going to rewrite this, and we're going to not forget the 1, so we put the 1 out there. 5 will go into 8 one time with 3 left over, so 5 will go into 35 7 times, and then we have 5 will go into 10 2 times, and then 5 will go into 0 0 times, and 5 will go into 0 0 times. And then the next thing that we have is 17 200ths. 17 200ths, 17 and 200 have nothing in common, so we know we're finished, and there we go. So now we have just a little synopsis here of how to change between the equivalent forms. So decimals to percentages, we just move the decimal 2 places to the right since we're undoing that part of 100. So that we can read the percentage sign, and multiplying by 100 is moving decimal 2 places to the right. If we want to change a percentage to a decimal, then we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. We're going to make it take away that parts of 100. And then a fraction to a percentage, we're going to read it as parts of 100 and then reduce it. And a percentage to a fraction, we're going to write it as a part of a fraction to a percentage. We can change it to a decimal and then change it to a percentage, and then we percentage to fractions, parts of 100, and reduce as necessary. We'll leave this last example, number 31, for the next lecture here, and we'll do all of the examples that follow in that next lecture, and that'll be doing the different conversions and just practicing that.